Hey, can you guys hear me? How's the audio coming through? I'm not using a plugged in mic this time, doing one of those Bluetooth things. I'm not sure if it's coming through well. Just comment, let me know. Let's see who we got here. Anybody? Victor. Hey Victor. How's it going, man? We got Bruce. 614 Kicks. What's up, Bruce? Thanks for stopping by too. And Bruce said, what will be available once the weather's better for shipping? You still got the Freddies? Yeah, Bruce, I got the Freddies. I got quite a bit of their fat fry right now. They're looking really good. I actually just got done recording the fish room update video for February, so I'm gonna post that up probably tomorrow, I think. And it's always better to look at that. I'll go through and you can take a look at any fish here that you want, but the live video, the quality is very poor. The coloration looks bad. So the fish room update video would be much better to take a look at them, and I can assure you I got a lot of footage of the Freddies in there. I have 3 breeding pairs in the 120 gallon, and they're doing good, and so are their fry. I took some footage of the fry too. I'm looking at them right now. They're in the bottom tank. You guys can't see them on camera, but there's some fatties in there. Some a little bit bigger than an inch. Hopefully one of those guys first. So, as far as other stuff available, yeah, I mean, I would expect to have the normal stuff that I always like to breed here. I focus on, such as the red terrors, the carpetus that we're looking at right now, the big breeding pair, and yeah, we should have Freddies then too. There's 3 breeding pairs. I got a spawn in that tank right now. Free swim and fry. I got another spawn that are in eggs right now. There's always a spawn. Very, very few times is there no spawns occurring in that tank when I'm watching it. So I don't even pull most of them. Just too much to do stuff with. So yeah. Then besides that, we'll see what else I have. I think it's better to just message me and ask for a stock list when the time comes. Where are you located, by the way, Bruce? Bruce said your carpetus are always looking great. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, Bruce. Always one of my favorites to have in here. You guys are not seeing the colors very well, I'm sure, but they're just bright blue, and the sun is even directly shining on them. It's the garage is open, but the sun's past the garage, and it's just some natural light around them. So really fun, really easy species to do, and you'll get that coloration happening very fast. Even some of the fry at 1 inch, inch and a half already have blue on them. Not to the level of these adults, but it's definitely a species that you get stuff very quickly. I guess the opposite would be like Feste red terrors. It's gonna be a long road for those, growing fry out. So that's why bigger ones are always so sought after. And I'll sneak peek into the stuff that's available. I always like to talk about on the YouTube channel first, but I have a buddy who's going to pick up a very big male and female red terror potential pair, and he's considering them. He's going to come check them out tomorrow. If he doesn't pick them up, they'll be available here locally, And I know that doesn't help a lot of people out because shipping's required, but for those local guys, they might be able to come up on a big pair if he doesn't get them. So stay tuned. And they're also in the fisherman update video. Oh, Bruce said Ohio. It's still a little cold for shipping. Okay, Bruce. Yeah. Whatever you're comfortable with. For the last 8 years, I have not stopped shipping winter, and I've not had any spike in issues as far as fish arriving safe and alive. But whatever's comfortable for you guys. I'll just go off of what your gut feeling tells you. What's up, Marcus? Long time no see. Hey, when are you gonna keep the Motaguensis colony again, or your amazing pair of red terrors that you used to have? That was awesome. If you're ever gonna start getting those again. Marcus said, what are you feeding your guys? So, good question. I'm gonna bring some of the food over here because, I'm not trying to do advertisement. Give me 1 second. I'll bring it over. I kind of got in touch with a premium cichlid food brand called Dainichi. So I'm gonna go back a little bit, let you guys see the packaging. So that's basically what I'm feeding. This brand, this one is the XL Pro, and I have it in 3 sizes too. But anyways, this is the medium size. And go check out the ingredients online. I don't think you could probably read them on here, but I've really liked this food, and I over the years, I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, or think of this idea. Obviously, I'm not moving much of this, so I'm not getting great pricing at all from Dainichi, but yeah, I saw it more as a benefit because a lot of people were asking me whenever they, I'd ship fish, like what are they eating, and that kind of stuff. And a lot of times they would eat stuff where, you might not be able to get your hands on certain food. Otohini was a good example because I had to buy like 50-pound bags of otohini from Florida. It's just not practical for the average hobbyist. And even me, it would take a year and a half to go through 50 pounds of food. So it wasn't a great thing as far as, transitioning to the new owners. And plus that food, otohini, it was a good budget food, breeder budget food, but as far as the ingredients, nowhere near the quality, not even close as this stuff here. So I'm really becoming a believer in this, and I switched all my fish to this about 3 months ago, and I mentioned it a couple times. One of the biggest things, because it's hard to really notice color in that shorter time or health, but one of the biggest things I've already noticed in the baby size, that's the smallest size, I feed to basically all my fry, is the growth rate has really accelerated. I don't think it's just a coincidence. It just, since I started feeding this stuff. So I feed this to just about all my fish, especially the baby size, to all the fry, and with the exception of anything that gets red. So I have the other one, the Color Supreme, which I think it contains certain ingredients that help, the red show more. And so Festi is a prime candidate for that stuff. So I feed my Feste this. Islanus could use it pretty well because they get a decent amount of red, especially the females. Some to the Trimax, they get a little red on their throats, and especially the red tiger motas. So anything that gets red in them, I'll put them on this, especially for the fish I'm keeping. I highly recommend it. I got a lot of it. I had to order a decent amount, And for primarily for the reason of, just if you want to get a bag with a fish order, and keep them on the same stuff that they've been eating, that's to me the best case scenario. It's not necessary. You don't have to. You could get them on a different food, but I think that option and offering it hopefully is a good thing for people when they get fish from me. So I chosen to do, and I have basically two sizes in this. I think this only has baby and small. This has three sizes, and these are 8.8 ounce bags. So I think half pound increments. That's the size I decided to go with. For myself, I have a big 5-pounder of this stuff, and I feed it to basically all my fish. So I hope that answers your question, Marcus. And if you guys want to get some of that stuff without getting fish too, that's always a possibility. My goal is to sell it at a discount, under what you can find on retail. So that's why I'm really not making hardly anything at all on that food. So, anyways, hope that answered your question. Let's get in here a little closer. Victor said, how many gallons tank for your Carpentis in sand color? Thank you. This tank that we're looking at is 150 gallon. It's a 5 foot by 2 foot by 2. And, obviously with the divided segment, at first you would think it appears to be a little bit too small, and it might footprint wise, a lot of people might say that. But as far as, the health of the fish with the water changes, and the fact that the pair, they never really go crazy on each other. It's working really well. I used to have another big Carpentis pair on the other side of the divider. I moved them not too long ago. But they're doing well, and they're doing good in this tank. And their health is the main thing. The male's probably 10 inches, a lot taller than, and got some girth on him. But they're doing good. Oh, Marcus, is that bad news? Marcus said, actually been thinning out everything down to 4 tanks from original 17. Still raising some Africans, but look forward to slowing down right now. I've never used Dainichi, but have heard good things. Yeah, it's sad to hear, Marcus. I mean, life changes courses, I'm sure, countless times. And, hopefully you'll be back at some point. Probably, if you do get out, but it's cool that you can at least keep some tanks running. Some people have to get out completely, and that's it's always sad to hear. But hopefully you can hang in there, keep a few basic ones with some of your favorite species, and then maybe we'll see you get to the next level again someday. Back with a ton of tanks. Yeah, and you've heard good things about Dainichi. Yeah. I mean, check out the ingredients. I think it's a pretty premium quality fish food. Now, you could argue that Northfin or NLS would be right up there with them. The problem I have with Northfin and NLS is my fish won't eat it. I've tried to get a lot of fish on it. I have very few fish that will actually take that stuff, and the ones that do, it's because it took a long time trying. The Dainichi stuff, almost all my fish took from day one. So that was very helpful. And then especially if you get the same food when I ship fish that they're on, they're likely to continue eating it with no problem. So just kind of my thought process with offering some of the foods here. Marcus said, reason I asked was because I switched to extreme and my results were crazy. The growth rate on my fish is through the roof. I imagine it would work just as well with Americans. Yeah, extreme is another one. I plan to try at some point, and it may be one of those. I don't think I remember the ingredients specifically, but it may be one of those high quality ones that you see that happen. And maybe that's the biggest difference that you're going to get is growth rate. The coloration and health of fish. I mean, those might be such a long-term type, results that is really hard to tell. But the growth rate is something that, yeah, I have seen the biggest difference. So I'm wondering how the fish take the extreme. If they were sort of eating it from day one, like the Dainichi, or if it took a little while to get them on. I'm just curious. Rock's Aquatic. What's up, Rock? Thanks for stopping by. Rock said they look good. Appreciate the kind words, man. And maybe should give my little brief summary of this live chat. And I always usually do in the beginning. Forgot this time, but this is just a little live video I just do all of a sudden if I have some time. There's really not an official format to these things. I'm open to any questions, anything you want to see in the fish room. Feel free to speak up. The guys who are not shy and ask the most questions and have the most requests to go see different fish in here, they get the most out of it. And I'm happy. I like when people speak up like that. It's also, I get a lot of questions on videos to make. Certain filtration or your air system or making brine shrimp and that kind of stuff. I don't usually do that on any of my social media stuff, my YouTube. I don't make videos like that. I just kind of make them on the fish for the most part. But this would be the time when anything goes, I guess, and I can try to do my best to explain and show how things are done. And again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy learning in the hobby, trying to learn something every day if I can. So a lot of times we get some good discussions on these live video chats. It ends up being more of like a meeting than just me talking. So feel free to everybody to chime in on any questions, and we'll go from there. So, and if we don't have a good turnout, or people aren't are tuning in that much, and we don't have any questions, then I'll end this short. This is just my little recording day in the fish garage. Like I mentioned earlier, just did my fish room update video, and I had the garage doors open, and it's a nice sunny day, so I said, hey, why not? Got an hour or so to spare. Set up a live video and see if we get anybody to show up, but possibly end it early if we don't have much participation. I have no problems with that. So I can get an understanding of everyone here. Maybe everybody can list the species you're keeping currently, so I can maybe understand myself. Rock and Marcus already kind of mentioned what he's got going on. Victor, maybe Victor, you can share what species you're keeping. Bruce, love to hear what stuff you guys are keeping right now, what species in the hobby. I'm guessing American cichlids. Otherwise you guys might not have tuned into my video. See the male carpettas shaking his head back there in the background. Maybe it's time for them to drop another spawn. We'll see. who's watching this after the fact, maybe not live, please feel free to participate by putting all your questions and comments in the video, and I always try to get back to them. I do my best. Sometimes the app has its issues and I don't see a comment for whatever reason, but yeah, I'll do my best. Just because you missed the video live timing doesn't mean you can't participate after the fact. So I'm gonna go move over here. No one has a request on fish they want to watch, but we got some red tiger motor action. There's a male over there in the pot. I wonder if he's going to decide to do anything and pair up with one of those females. These are sort of they're fry, big breeding pairs fry. It's going to be hard to get an angle without glare, but you see the little female in her breeding dress. She does have somewhat consistent spawns, so that's pretty good, but we have a whole nother battle going on in this tank. I'll take it off the camera, or the tripod here. So, I talked about this in the fish room update video, but man, this male overtook the previous male that was paired with her, and they're both, you know, licking their wounds. Nothing too serious. And now maybe he won the prize, and he gets the next spawn. That previous male is back up there. You can see his nose. They were lip locking quite a bit. And then might even be another pair forming over here on the right. This guy. A lot of activity, and they've moved the darn gravel out towards the front of the tank here now. So that's definitely a sign. I don't think she's dropped eggs, but I can't really see on the bottom of that driftwood. I don't see any fry either. So. I'll go back over here, guys. Like I mentioned, if we don't get a turnout with a lot of activity, then we'll cut it short. Enjoy my fish room. I just like to throw these up here from time to time, and if we do get enough people who want to have some conversations, then we go forward. If not, no worries. Try again next time. But I do like to give it, at least 30 minutes or so to see if people become available. I don't know, do you guys I wonder how you guys get the notification that these things go live, because I just make them go up live, and I don't really have a good system of planning them at a certain time to occur. Just I tried that, and I wasn't even able to join the meeting when I did that. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm watching this male Moda swim around more on the other side of the divider, and he's looking really nice. Got a lot of red on him. I've been giving him that Color Supreme. The stuff I just showed you guys, Color Supreme Dainichi. And I'm wondering if that's really making a difference. This looks like red like a female in the cheeks, but it's got all those spots on him. So that might be one I have to hold on to. His coloration alone is nice. Give it another minute or two here, guys. Because it's hard for me to tell how many people are in the chat. It says 9 people, but that might be wrong. It's 10 now. All right, another minute. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Okay, guys. I appreciate you stopping by, the ones that did. Looks like 12 people. But kind of rely on requests, questions from you guys. If you're not interested in seeing anything or have any specific questions, then I think we can shut this one down, and I'll try to shoot for another one. I'm trying to do monthly, although it's been a few months since I've done one, and see if we can get a more active one in the future. But anyways, thanks to those guys who stopped by. Appreciate it. And until next time, take care.